you ever seen a makeup look or like a makeup trend on YouTube or Instagram, and then you try it out on yourself and it's a complete disaster because your eye shape is just a little bit more difficult to work with, or it just doesn't suit that trend at all? Well, let me tell you, my eyes are a little bit more downturned. I have slightly hooded eyes and they're not the easiest shape to work with when we are doing like that pulled up fox eye effect. I'm excited to show you this tutorial today because even with downturned eyes, hooded eyes, round eyes, whatever eye shape you have, this will work for you. And the best part about it is that it's super quick. If we haven't met, I'm Karina. I'm a makeup artist. My channel is focused on natural, classy, wearable makeup. If you're into that kind of makeup, then definitely subscribe. I just want to show you kind of close up. If I look at the camera straight on, you can see that my eyes turn down at the ends, and I almost have a bit of a hooded eye as well. So obviously not the ideal shape for that fox eye trend, but it's all about shadow placement. So depending on where we place our shadow and how we kind of draw the tail of our eyebrow, we can give the illusion that everything is being pulled up. And this will work for everybody, any eye shape, hooded, downturned, round, you name it, it'll work for you. So we're just gonna start with the brow. I'm just gonna start by brushing my brow hairs up. And then just grabbing a little bit of concealer, you can pop a bit on the back of your hand. Then just with any flat concealer brush, I have the MAC 242. I'm gonna pick up a little bit of that concealer and I'm just gonna go over the tail end of my eyebrow. Not very much because I don't want my eyebrow to point up. Like, I don't want to be too exaggerated with this. I just don't want it to look too downturned because that's not going to match the shadow placement that we'll be going for. So just about that much I'm blanking out, and then I'm just going to kind of tap that in. From the front, it just kind of looks like this. It just looks like you're missing the tail. Then just grab your setting powder and set that. Don't worry about covering it fully, like you can still see it through the concealer a little bit. It's not the end of the world. We're just gonna recreate that line to go almost just a little bit straighter instead of it turning down. Easiest way for me to do that is by using a pencil, just a small brow pencil. I'll link all of the products down below so that you can see what I used. And then starting at the bottom of the brow, I'm gonna draw my line out so it's a little bit straighter. And it's just a really subtle difference. It's just getting rid of that dip at the end of the tail, and then take the top line and connect it down, and then just kind of draw it out straight. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and set that into place and kind of brush my hairs up with my brow setting gel. So we want everything to be going up. That's the whole point of the fox eye trend. So you kind of get something that looks like this. So it's not like a dramatic upturned tail. It's just kind of a little bit more like straight or flat than it was when it was going down. So it's just a subtle difference, which is nice because it looks a little bit more natural that way. It doesn't look like we actually got that eye surgery that pulls everything up this way. Eyes, I'm gonna prep them by using Painterly Pro Longwear Paint Pot. Obviously this is an oldie but goodie by MAC, and I'm just gonna brush that all over my lid. And I'll bring that all the way up to my brow as well, just covering the whole entire area. That's just gonna help your eyeshadow really stick on there and last forever. Then I'm just gonna take a fluffy brush and my powder, and I'm gonna set all over my lid where I just put the paint pot on. So I'm just getting two fluffy eye brushes ready. One is gonna be for kind of our lighter medium shades, and one's gonna be for the darker shades. I like to go back and forth so that I can really blend out the darker parts afterward as well with the brush that we used for the lighter shades. I'm just gonna keep it to a very neutral color palette just because the fox eye trend, it started with just a very kind of a natural, subtle, neutral look. And that's my favorite kind of makeup look, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna be using this Tartelette palette for the entire thing, so just a lot of neutral tones. I'm not using any of the purple shades. So the quickest way to do this is to just take a piece of cardboard. This is just like a sample of foundations. It's kind of like a bit of a thicker cardboard, but it's thin enough that it's easy to like hold flat to your face. I'm not worried about the makeup underneath because I haven't concealed yet. I just have my foundation layer on. So we're gonna fix everything up afterward. I'm just gonna place it right down so that this follows the natural line of the bottom of my eye and comes up toward my temple. I do leave a really small gap at the bottom of my eye. I don't hold it right up till here. And then just grab your brush, pick up the lightest brown tone. We're gonna start doing some shading. So I'm picking up Wanderer. And then you literally can just place this right into the crease, working your way out, right into the corner of the eye. And I do leave the inner corner more blank because I want this to be a gradient. This is where we're gonna get our shape, just using this lightest shade to find where we want the general shape to come from. Obviously the cardboard is creating that shape for us. And you can take the cardboard off. You can already see I have that general shape sitting exactly where I want it. Everything is pulling upwards. Something to be cognizant of is just this tail end here. You really want to make sure you're blending this part out well so it's not patchy looking. So I always just like to go in, take the cardboard off, see how it looks, and just go in and kind of keep blending that upwards and outwards. The cool thing about this look is you can just stop right here, add a few corner lashes, mascara, and it's just a subtle, beautiful look. I'm gonna put my cardboard back where it was, and then I'm gonna take Dreamer, which is my next deeper shade in the palette, starting on the outer corner, just blending it inward. This time I'm being a little bit more careful. I'm using really light pressure and increasing my pressure as the product gets off of my brush and goes onto my lid. And then I'm just gonna gently sweep out that outer corner as well into the temple. I just kind of keep putting the cardboard, putting it on, taking it off, and then just having a look at where I'm at and where I need to add a little bit more shade. Next, I'm gonna take Multitasker. I'm going to place that on just the outer corner and blend that in as well. The darker the shadow is that I'm working with, the more I kind of keep that into a smaller area on my eye. So I'll kind of keep that to the outer V, like just the outer part of my eye, and blend in from there. I am gonna take a slightly smaller blending brush. This is the Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH40 to go in with my black, just so I have a little bit of control on where I'm placing the black color. I'm gonna take my clean brush and just kind of blend all of that out nice and seamlessly, pulling everything up and out, almost just kind of past the tail of my brow there. I'm also going to go in with Force of Nature. It has like a tiny bit of a pink to it, and kind of warm up this top part here. So everything looks nice and upturned. With the lighter shader brush, I'm going to take Free Spirit, which is kind of like just a cream color, and I'm going to place that on the inner part of my lid here, just to brighten it up a little bit and create more of a gradient. And then with a little pencil brush, I'm gonna put Supermoon, which is the lightest shade in the palette, right into the inner corner here. So we have all of our shadows on there. Honestly, it's very, very quick to do when I'm not explaining everything. You know, when you're just holding the cardboard up, dipping into the lightest shade, putting it on, dipping to the next shade, put it on. You don't even have to take it off. It's very quick. It's like, it could take like 60 seconds per eye. Now we're gonna do a little bit of liner, so just grab any angled liner brush that you have. And then I'm just gonna go in with the darkest brown, Multitasker. It's gonna create a wing that follows that line up with this dark brown color. This is just gonna further define that kind of fox eye look with a deeper shadow on the outer edge. Next, I'm just gonna dot some concealer on the inner corner and the outer corner of my eye, and I'm gonna blend that in with my finger. When I get close to the wing, I'll grab that same concealer brush we used for our eyebrow and blend it right up to the line there. All right, now I'm gonna curl my lashes because again, we want everything to be lifted to match this look. I'm gonna take a dark brown liner and fill in my waterline on top where the darker shades are. Then a little bit of mascara. I'm not gonna put any false lashes on, but you can definitely use false lashes that kind of wing out at the end, or you could snip a lash band in half and just do the outer corner. But I actually just really like this kind of more bare look. Taking my Tarte palette, I'm gonna use a little bit of a Wanderer, and this is just on a little bit more of a kind of flat definer brush. And I'm gonna place that on the outer corner of my eye to add a little bit of definition. I'm gonna put a tiny bit of mascara. I've got this really small wand, which makes it easier for control on the outer few lashes. but nothing in the center because I just want the focus of this whole look to be up and out. So just the outer corner lashes. This is kind of what we're left with. Everything is pulled up and out. My eyes don't look downturned like they did with no makeup on. I'm gonna finish the rest of my face and then I'll see you at the end of my video. So this is my finished look. I made sure the rest of my makeup was really like pulled up as well. So you can see my eyes look totally different. This is the quickest way you can kind of get that foxy eye look. Just hold a piece of cardboard up, put a bunch of shadow on, do your mascara, and you're good. I'm not even wearing false lashes like you saw, so pretty easy. Will work for any eye shape. I really hope you like that look. You can also use whatever palette you want. I just kind of stuck to neutrals today and then put like a little bit of a pink tone in there, but you can do any color. You can also just do one shadow or one shade to keep this look like really natural or subtle looking. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, please like my video, leave a comment, let me know what you think, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in my next one.